Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be going into the topic of why women love generous men and if you are generous. And if you have to ask the question, maybe you're really not, maybe you're looking for ways how you can be generous. And I'm only speaking from my experience from dealing with other women that are like-minded, from dealing with other high maintenance women who take care of themselves, who really have high value. So I'm not speaking about the random Sarahs and Jessicas and Christinas that might not value this trait, but let me tell you why women like myself do, okay? First of all, the idea of dating a stingy man is like the worst. And it's not necessarily associated with your net worth, because you can be a rich man who's stingy as all get out. And it's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing when you don't want to tip the valet, when you are stingy on like tipping the servers or, always wanting to save a buck. It's just annoying, and it can come off like, why are you even dating me? Like, do you not want to splurge? Like, do you not want to spoil? Do you not want to impress me? Because generosity, in our mindset, it aligns with charity. It aligns with giving back. It aligns with how well of a provider you're going to be for me and our future children and our whole family. That is, women think in the future. They're not thinking for here and now. I know men think opposite, here and now, but women are judging you literally years beyond of how you would be years beyond. That's just how we do. That's what we do. I'm sorry, but this is just how we've been thinking since day one, okay? So think about the little tiny things that you do, especially when it comes to restaurants, especially when it comes to events, valet. If you are in a downtown area, are you making the woman walk 3 blocks because you don't want to pay for valet? That's what I mean by you're being cheap and inconsiderate. When you're being cheap, especially when you're dating someone who you want, like if you want a woman who looks like the Victoria's Secret model, who has the confidence of a Victoria's Secret model, okay, if you want that, you have to be willing to dish out at all costs. You can't be sitting here stingy. Like, you really cannot be serious. So those of you men who were genuinely like, wow, I didn't even recognize that's how I came off. I just thought it's more practical for me to park 3 blocks away and save money than to use valet and pay $20. Okay, well, when you're dating men and you're courting a woman, it's all about her. She is the center. She's who you want to impress, right? If she's looking sexy for you, if she's wearing 5-inch heels, do you think that she wants to be wearing 5-inch heels and walking up and down these blocks just because you saved a buck? No. Right? That would be crazy. That would be selfish. Because now in her mind, you would look selfish and crazy. And that's not how you want to portray yourself, especially if that's really not your character. That's just maybe something you do with your friends, and that's just something you do with the guys. And that's fine when you're with the bros. But when you're with a woman of high caliber, there's no way that you cannot be considering her feelings. And ask her, are you comfortable to walk? Like, do you feel okay? Do we need to take a break? Ask questions. And sometimes she might, because we want to do this, some ladies do this. Oh, no, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. But they're really waiting for you to ask again, and to kind of take control of the situation and say, no. Like, please sit down. Let me get the car. This is also something you need to do. If you were to do that move where you just did not do the valet option, and you, let's say, park 3 blocks away from the restaurant, you tell the lady, you stay right here. I'm going to get the car. And when, I'll pull up and you can get in the car, obviously open the door for her, let her in, and then you proceed, right? It's about the consideration. It's not just generous with money, but generous with your time, generous with your emotions, generous with how you really treat the woman like a delicate flower. Okay? Now, once again, I said this in the beginning, I'm not speaking about the generic Beckys out there, or the generic Sarahs, the Jennifers. I'm not speaking about those women. I'm speaking about the women who ideally men of means and men of quality want and desire. So if you're on your way, this content should really be helping you, because I'm telling you right now, this is what's going through our heads. We're taking mental notes the whole entire date. We are literally, anything that is negative, some women are willing to bypass if it's small, minuscule details. But when it comes to you're not willing to put my comfort first, that's an automatic pass. That's an automatic pass for women of high caliber, which is who I'm speaking about. Okay? Let me think of another example. This video is just me freestyling at this point. I have no script. I am just speaking from my heart, because I've seen too many women like go on these dates, and I'm like, do these men understand what they're doing? And a lot of them don't. A lot of you men don't, which is why I'm making this video, because anyway, so let's think of another example. Let's say this. A woman that you really adore, you really like her, you really want to impress her, okay? Let's say her car broke down and she cannot drive, and you guys had a date for, let's say, Friday, and let's say, hypothetically speaking, let's say it's Wednesday, okay? And the date's for Friday. Women like to know that you are solution-oriented, and that you are a leader, and that you can take charge of a situation, especially when she is in distress. So instead of just saying, oh, that sucks, obviously, sir, we know it sucks, okay? Instead of saying, that sucks, it's like, okay, well, are you going to help me out? Are you going to offer a solution? Or are we just going to say that sucks because I guess that you won't see me then? Like, I don't know. And let's say, hypothetically, you are working late and you would not have enough time to pick her up and get to the restaurant on time for the reservation. So what do you do as a gentleman? Because the men who follow me, the men I work with, are gentlemen. They're gentlemen in training, or they're already there and they're looking to be even higher in their ways. Okay? They're not just men. They're gentlemen. Okay? Because gentlemen deserve ladies. Okay? So a gentleman would simply offer and say, automatically, when the problem presented itself, oh my goodness, compassion. That is so horrible. I'm so sorry that you're dealing with this. I know we had a date. Do you still want to go? If so, please know that I would, of course, send you an Uber. I would, of course, give you Uber round trip if I could not physically take you back. Or please let me know how I can help you. Please let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Are you okay? Do you need help with a rental car for the next couple of days? Is your insurance covering it? Like, what's going on? Like, you're fishing for details, right? Especially if you've known her for some time. But if this is a woman that you've maybe taken on 2-3 dates, and for whatever reason her car is at the shop, this is what you offer. Okay, you offer this off the bat. Don't wait for her to ask, because that already right there is making you look like a low quality type of suitor, and that's not how you want to be portrayed. You want to be portrayed as a man who has leadership skills, who is generous. That's why I'm saying generosity is so important. It will never disappear. That is just so important. The trait is so vital. And believe me, women are telling their friends, they're like, oh my goodness, he's generous. Like, you don't understand how women brag on the men they date. Like, you don't understand the philosophy. Like, we brag on the men we date. We love to say, look, Donnie or whatever, he saw that I was in need, and look what he did, ladies. Like, we love that. It's so sexy to us. We love to see it. So if you refuse to open your resources, open your hand, and say, here you go, let me help you, whatever you need. When a woman is in distress. Rather that be something as simple, like I said, as a valet example, as walking long distances, and you know she's in heels, and you know this is a high maintenance woman that you wanted, and you're not even asking questions about her comfort. Automatically, you might not get a second date, and you might get one, but that's on pity, or that's because you had a really awesome personality and she was willing to overlook it to a degree, but best believe it will come up again. So be prepared, and do not allow yourself to fall flat, especially in the early dating stages, because this is on you, men, to carry that burden, to carry that weight, and to be like, you know what, I can take care of you. I can take care of you. That is all it comes down to at the end. And I think I'm wrapping up this video very short. That is what it comes to at the end. This guy, he can take care of me. I really like that. That's really sexy, right? And you want to be sexy, right, men? Okay, then. You want to be attractive. You want to be the one these women are bragging to their other friends about, to their mom about, right? Like, you want to be that man. You don't want to be the one that she's complaining about and completely destroying you, okay, in these conversations with her friends. It's embarrassing when I hear them, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then if you, for whatever reason, work out, just know that it's like secondhand embarrassment when there's those same friends that she was complaining to us about, we now see, because we're like, wow, he's stingy. Wow. And there's just so many things. I'll probably make other videos on this, but something even as simple as you're the only man at the table and you invited her friends. Or maybe you just happened to be at that bar or that lounge and you just saw that she was with, let's say, 2 girlfriends. And if you do not offer, men, if you do not offer to pay for those drinks, and it's a woman that you're dating or woman you want to impress, and you're literally just ignoring those friends and you're just looking at her, it's a strike against you. You need to consider her friends. You need to be willing to dish out. That's why I'm always telling men that I work with, I always tell them, date within your means. If you want this type of woman, you got to know you got to have money. You just got to know you got to have it. When you go out, you never know what you're going to come across, and you don't ever want to come unprepared. If you don't have money, that's a side note. I don't recommend dating because dating is expensive. It is an expensive hobby. So if you want to have good quality experiences with women that mean something and that have standards and esteem and are not crazy and are not toxic, you need to have your crap in order. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. These are just little examples that I'm trying to give. Please be generous. Please be generous. And if you don't have a good role model, I definitely suggest looking at the scripture. You know, obviously you can tell I'm Christian, so I love God. Go in the scripture and go look. Go to your pastor. Go to these churches. Go find some leader. Go find a man in your family that you really respect and ask him, what do you do in this situation? What would you do in this situation? I guarantee you, if he has any sense, his advice is lining up with what I'm saying. Because these are men I've even asked in my family. This is how I've grown up. I have asked I've all through my research, all through my coaching program. It's just the same thing over and over again, despite different cultures, cultural lines, language barriers. They're all the same. Generosity is so attractive. Okay, I'll leave you guys there. Please share with all of your friends. Like this video, push it forward, subscribe, and please let me know what other content you would like me to make. If you have any, I want to hear your feedback on what you think. Once again, I will say this video is not for everybody. This content is definitely not for everybody. It's not to appease the masses. This is for those of you who are serious about dating a quality woman. All right, I'll leave you guys there. All right, bye.